Yo! What's going on, boys? We're here, a collection of individuals, for another session of the One Punch Man podcast. Today we're covering chapter 157. Sorry, but I'm gonna win. Yo, this chapter has been called Nothing But Fan Service. I want to call it Nothing But Greatness. Now, this is definitely not the same chapter we got last week, and the feelings and the hype amongst the community, the reception, has definitely been different. But I think it holds up just as much as any other chapter that we've had so far, especially in regards to the potential that this chapter lays out. I even dubbed myself Hero Helper Garou in regard to the possible implications and what will happen here. Please remember, viewers, this is a manga-only podcast. We have and desire absolutely zero comments, hints, or speculation in regards to the webcomic. We don't even want to know if a character did something differently in the webcomic in contrast to an event that's already happened, because that could come into play later on. So, with that and taking that into account, taking the greatness of 157 into account, taking the exquisite conversation you're about to listen to, subscribe, bitch. Like the video, bitch. And as a matter of fact, not only did you get those things, let's hear the opinions of those very same individuals to help lure you into subscribing, because we got a whole full course meal for your ass. What's going on, boys?
I am once again conflicted on another One Punch Man chapter. It feels like this is definitely the most times it's happened within a certain time frame, maybe like within the last 5 chapters I read. Obviously, my boy Metal Bat in the chapter. Like, if Metal Bat is in the chapter, I'm gonna be hyped. That's my boy. Still my favorite. But man, there's some other things in the chapter where I'm like, I don't know if I'm feeling this one, Murata. I don't know what you was cooking up. But hey man, we're gonna get into it.
Sundown, Keisha?
Yeah. I'm of the conflicted too. There were things this chapter where I was like, wait a sec. Wait a damn minute. You done built all this up? Just for this? You gonna do me like this? But then there were other parts where I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. I felt there was a tone shift this chapter, which I'm not too sure. Did I like it? Did I not? I kind of understood the reason why it happened in terms of the character interactions, i.e. Garou and Metal Bat. But I'm not too sure. I think it would take a few more reads, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe this is right. But yeah, definitely a tone shift, and it was noticeable. But I'm not too sure whether I disliked it or liked it.
Basically, my thoughts are overall pretty much enjoyed it. I've heard that a lot of people are conflicted because of like power scaling, and as has been mentioned just a moment ago, the tonal shift and everything. Some of the dynamics have changed. Okay, I get all that, but it was still a fun enough chapter until Saitama decided to act. That's kind of the lowest point, because Evil Natural Water was like one of my favorite monsters, and now it's dead. Why do all my favorite monsters die too soon? Well, I mean, I guess it's been around for a minute. It's no albino saber. That's for damn sure. But yeah, overall, pretty good chapter. A lot of good art, as always. Some interesting moves. I love that giant centipede military march. It's just like train of rapid punches. But yeah, that's about my general thoughts on it.
All right. So to start the discussion off, There's no way a mere underling could handle these moves, meant to strike fear into God. Ugh, so strong. Is it? What did you feel seeing Sage get hurt by Garou? What are your thoughts? What is? This is the first time we're seeing this huge creature into combat. This is the first time that his capabilities have been put into perspective. What are you thinking?
So this this is Exhibit A of one of the things I'm conflicted about. So far, Sage has not given me any of the same hype I got for Elder Centipede at all. Like, other than his dope design, I just didn't feel like he was impressive in this chapter. And granted, maybe that's because, or it's not maybe, it is. This is the reason why it is the way it is. We up the scale with the opponents that we're facing with this current Garou. So it's kind of like he doesn't have that benefit of being able to beat people who were weaker than him, to like for us to see some of his capabilities and whatnot. So far this fight is looking by all accounts even. And you couldn't really say that with Elder Centipede's fights with opponents he was facing before. It was like, oh yeah, he's stronger than these guys. But man, I don't know. I don't.
So no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of him being able to hurt Sage Centipede. I mean, the whole point has been these two monsters have come up, one from like the depths of the ocean kind of thing with evil natural water, and then you got the one from the depths of the earth, and they've come after Platinum Sperm, after Homeless Emperor, and all of that jazz. We saw Garou go in, defeat Platinum Sperm, and we're just like, okay, yeah, we were. I think for the most part, the majority of us were disappointed in Platinum Sperm. We thought maybe there was more he had to offer. And then to see Sage Centipede get hurt, I was like, is that exactly what I want to see right now? I thought Sage would be like, yeah, just brush it off and continue on his way, do his thing. But then again, he did recover from it instantly, and we're not sure whether. I think was Elder Centipede, was it that he would regenerate stronger than he was beforehand?
Yes.
Yeah, so if Sage Centipede did that, then it's just like, well, he did get hurt, but he wouldn't get hurt by that same level again. So it's kind of just like, is it actually that bad? Is it, or is it just kind of? It might just be that it doesn't sit well with us because initially he shouldn't have been hurt anyway, in my opinion. But the fact that he did recover from it and he's recovered into a stronger state, that makes him even more dangerous. I'm just like, yeah, that's still pretty cool. But I don't know. I feel like there should have been there should be more of a build up as to how strong these guys are, rather than getting hurt instantly.
It's kind of been set high with these two, and then they're kind of just either being on a level playing field with the smallest opponents you could find for them, or just be totally wiped out. I mean, with Saitama, it's kind of a given. You might sometimes get more than just a one attack fight with him, but that's usually the minority of cases. So, but yeah, these two, they're definitely not the hype that they were when they first showed up. That's for damn sure. And hell, it's only been what? This is the second chapter they've been in, and one of them is already dead. So, yeah, not feeling that one.
Damn, I thought I was the only one. Man. Okay, yeah, that's the principal reason why I'm tripping. Like, and I know, but it's really difficult to like gauge what the majority or the average opinion is, because the extremes are just so blatant and so like absurd. Like I had somebody, I won't say this is an absurd extreme because he supported his reason. His reasoning was or excuse me, what he used to support his statement was reasonable. So the individual claimed that it's okay for Garou to have injured Sage Centipede because of the amount of strength that Garou has right now. Hey, relax, bro. He also says that the fact that Sage Centipede instantly regenerated helps negate the fact that Garou hurt him in the first place. Now, while those two things are indeed the fact, are like they're true, they're facts. You know, we can whenever we remember the fight with Mozagar, Atomic Samurai, Bang, Puri Puri, they all let off multitudes of attacks against him, and we don't talk about those. We just talk about whenever they grab the orbs. So I can definitely see how the regeneration would help, you know, nullify or nerf the fact that Garou just broke his face in. But I agree with Sundown more so than any of this guy's reasoning, because he shouldn't have hurt him in the first place. Like, you guys put it so eloquently that, like, this is like the second chapter that they're here, and we're already seeing them get hurt or killed. Like, there's been no build-up, as Sundown mentioned, of them fighting other individuals or weaker individuals, or what we call the gauntlet, running a gauntlet, where you show up against a certain hero in a certain situation, and then you run through the next person who comes to save the day, and the next person who comes to save the day, like Deep Sea King did. We didn't get any of those different techniques or strategies that we see, and so often beloved in One Punch Man. Like, Deep Sea isn't the only one who's run a gauntlet before. Garou himself technically ran a gauntlet in regards to the AB8 heroes, and then Genos, and then Bang. Like, then he did it again with Rover, and then Psychos, and then Orochi. Like, we love seeing that, but these guys just didn't get it. And I don't think anybody else here is arguing or implying that there's a method in which each character should be hyped in the story, because that's the whole point of one's greatness. That there isn't a set method that he's going to do anything. It's not going to be how you think it should be. But I definitely think it's fair for us to have the opinion. And I think more people have the opinion that it's kind of weak, or booty, or cheeks, or buns, or inadequate, that Sage and even Natural Ocean, oh my god.
Yeah. You know what? I think, because like this is the situation. This is the reality we had to live with. What's happening in the story right now is to properly set up Garou in a way where the story is telling you this is how strong he is. It's kind of like if you question what happened with Platinum Sperm in any way, shape, or form, now you know. It's like you talked about how like the monsters run the gauntlet. It's we got to think of it in a way that we're not doing that for these monsters, Sage Centipede and even Natural Ocean. We're doing this for Garou to establish how strong he is currently in the story. That's what I had to kind of live with, even though I feel like this is a sudden power boost. But it was something else I was going to say to add on to that. Yeah, okay. I think the other issue that I'm having with it is because more so with Sage Centipede, I feel like if this was happening with monsters we didn't really have any type of connection towards, like if we didn't see how strong Elder Centipede already was, if these were like new monsters he was doing this against, but we knew that they were also dragons, I probably wouldn't have that much of an issue. But it's kind of like he's supposed to be an upgrade from Elder Centipede. I don't get that feeling. And again, this is attributed to the fact that Garou is way stronger than I give him credit for. In my mind, when I read this stuff, I kind of got to recalibrate every time. But yeah, it's just, I'm like, I don't see no upgrades with these two, really.
No, I agree. Well, excluding even Natural Ocean, I agree that like But I do disagree with the point about we should have to recalibrate every single time we see him, or that we need to recalibrate in general. Because I think we've been reading the story pretty consistently, pretty well since chapter 94. It's not as if we're pretending or as if we're alluding to something or as if we missed chapters. Like, we know what's going on. We reread. We remember the journey that we've gotten to here. Like, there's nothing to forget. There's nothing to, like... We know how strong Garou should be. And it's unquestionable that he had a much bigger leap here, somehow, than he's ever had before. Maybe you can claim it to... I personally claim it to the super alloy upgrade or boost, however you want to call it. After he got up and came to the surface after fighting Darkshine, that Garou has been indomitable. And just like it was in the Darkshine fight, he didn't start getting stronger or overcoming the threat that was... No, not getting stronger. Those are two different things. He did not start overcoming the threat that is Darkshine until he awoke. And this is the same case that we have here. So I think this is the same Garou that we were expecting, that got back up from the Darkshine fight, and he's been doing all this. But that explosive growth is what I would agree we have to recalibrate. But how many times, bruh? Is every next feat that Garou does that's great gonna be just, oh, he was just as strong. He was just as strong. When are we gonna clearly see the examples of him getting stronger? Because it's not you. It's getting me upset that people are like telling me that this is not the case. Like, you can reread the story and see clearly the occasions and accounts when Garou is getting stronger and when Garou is overcoming a problem. Garou has a certain level of power. Anytime he encounters an obstacle, he doesn't just become stronger. He has capabilities and he has intelligence to overcome that obstacle, and he does it in all different kinds of ways. Case in point, Tank Top Master. Yeah, he was getting smacked by Tank Top Master. Tank Top Master actually hit him. It hurt him. Yeah, he is powerful. Tank Top Master's powerful. But it wasn't that Garou became stronger to beat Tank Top. No. He changed his tactics and started using the water stream. It's the same case that we have here. Like, Garou woke up after encountering Bomb and Bang and then started to really put in work. And he's been using the capabilities that he's had to really put in work. The God Slayer Fist was... It's not... He didn't come up with the God Slayer Fist because he got stronger. No, this is what he's been working on mentally. This is another example of his intelligence, of what he's actually doing in combat all the time. So I think we have a valid reason to be questioning this, because if not, if we have to continue to recalibrate what Garou does with every next feat and pretend that he's getting stronger every second of the battle, then there's no point in any of these individuals. Why don't you have him fight Saitama right now? Because that's the argument that I've been hearing. This guy named Garou, the type of guy, I think is one of the lead guys who's saying this, that Garou is just constantly getting stronger every second of the fight, whether he's moving or not, whether he's fighting or not. And that just hasn't been the case in the story ever.
It's not how Zenkai boosts work.
Yes.
You have to be defeated or you have to overcome. That is how you get stronger. The Zenkai boost being the former, of course. But... yeah, basically, I would say you probably don't have to recalibrate your thoughts on Garou, because it's just like with any other character. You don't always see the full extent of their abilities in any given moment, because you don't know if that's truly their limit or if it's just what is needed to defeat said obstacle. I would say recalibrate when his form changes, if anything else. That's just like a bare general rule that I've been going with. Now, if you want to consider his, I guess it would be called Awakened Garou now, or whatever. Now that, the face mask is kind of cracked, is that supposed to be a new form, or is that just like leaking potential of what he will become? Once he ascends completely out of this form. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't necessarily recalibrate him every time you see him on screen, but at least during a form change.
It's interesting. Oh, do you have something to add, Sundo?
Yeah, a couple of things. So I think I agree with you on the fact that his progression hasn't been so clear since he reawakened with his Bang fight. It's just kind of been, he's fighting this person, and actually he can keep up with this person. Actually, wait, he can beat this person, he can damage this person, and I'm just like, that's all well and good, but the whole beauty of it beforehand was that we were seeing that kind of that inner monologue, or that fight that he might have lost, that fight that he was struggling in, and then he would get the boost, whether it be right then and there, or whether it be he'd get knocked out and then come back later and be multiple times stronger. It was always clear how it happened before, and now it's just kind of, just expect him to be as strong as these two individuals. So that's my big gripe here. But then the second thing is, the fact that we get Evil Natural, Ocean, and then Sage, Centipede. They come out, and we're expecting big things from them now, because this is after, like I said before, this is after Platinum Sperm, and there's no build up. There's like I didn't feel this chapter the ominous feeling I was feeling at the end of last chapter when they both came to the fore. They were just like, "Yep, hey, I'm the son of the earth, and this is my sister, Evil Natural Ocean." Like that was all cool. I was like, "Oh damn, they about to pop off. I gotta see this." But then this chapter, there was none of that, and I'm pretty sure you guys were feeling the same way. There was none of that ominous feeling. I wasn't ever on the edge of my seat, like, "Oh shit, I wonder what's gonna happen to Garou," because from the get go, in the first 5 pages, we see Garou actually damage Elder Sage Centipede, and we're just like, wait a sec, like that kind of takes away from it. And then the third thing was the fact that, and this is skipping ahead a little, that Metal Bat was actually able to do something as well. Right towards the end of the chapter, actually deflect in tandem with Garou. He managed to deflect Sage Centipede, or at least guard himself against Sage Centipede. And I was like, ooh, now we're gonna have issues, because Garou should be at a point where we've seen him have multiple fights, we've seen him have multiple boosts. But at this point, Metal Bat, let's say if he could achieve the same level as Garou, he hasn't been damaged to a point where I would be like, yeah, I'm comfortable with him being at that level. So there's that conversation as well, which is, should Metal Bat be able to be doing the things he did this chapter?
Go ahead. Are you done or no?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, it's not like I'm trying to cut you off. I'm just eager to add to what you're saying, because my nigga.
No, go ahead.
Like, not only are those questions gonna have to be addressed in this very same podcast, and they won't be answered in this podcast, but just the debates that take in regards to the whole Flashy Flash occasion, right? For the past month, since Flashy Flash showed up in the battlefield, since December actually, this 2 months now, the Flashy suck has been insurmountable, bro. Like, incomprehensible, bit, unprecedented. Like, not even the atomic suck is ever comparable to that, bro. Like, niggas suck at mine.
You were the atomic.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about
You were a black hole, my friend.
Listen, bro, I'm one guy. All right, and I don't even be on it like that. I'm one guy. There's not that many people who are on my side. There's a lot more people.
You were the damn black sperm of it.
Hey,
all
bro.
you needed was one guy.
Hey, bro, listen, bro. Listen, man. Like, all of that hinged on the fact that Flashy Flash was running with these two high to above dragons, however you want to consider it, if you want to consider them even that. Just because he was running with them. He didn't hit them. He didn't hurt them. He smacked Platinum one time, and Platinum literally smiled through it and then caught his arm. And it was the praise, the suck. Like, the doctor's office had to have been just lined up for miles with niggas getting knee surgeries, knee replacements from the suck that they gave Flashy, bro. The Flashy suck was big. That's the best word. Big. Big suck. That's what it was.
The thesaurus right out there. It's like big.
Yeah. Yeah, like. Now take that very same scenario, the very same reason that they gave for the Flashy idolization, and you attribute that to Metal Bat right now. Are we gonna say that that Platinum is stronger than Sage? It's plausible, sure. It's a different threat. But should Metal Bat not now get the same exact claim that Sundown pointed out should be questioned? Should he not get the same claim that Flashy got? If we're, which we aren't, but if we're to give any credibility to the Flashy gobblers, then shouldn't now the Metal Bat appreciators be given the benefit of the doubt as well? Maybe Metal Bat, in consecutive chapters in future chapters, what if he is, above Dragon? What if Metal Bat is the hero that Garou faces before Saitama? What if that ends up being the case? So
I feel like, sorry to cut you off. I feel like it's a difference in the Flashy Flash and what's going on with Metal Bat right now, because at least with Flashy Flash, we're like, his calling card is speed. Right now, this is a speed fight. We understand why he's in it. With Metal Bat, is his power has always been fighting spirit. Is he progressively gets stronger during the fight? It's like as the fight goes on, he gets stronger and stronger and stronger. He starts at this level where it might not be all that impressive, but he'll keep going and going and going, and it'll just go up and up and up. That didn't really happen in this chat. It's just like off bat, like literally off bat. Ironically,
yeah, exactly. He
It's
just
like,
comes in and
yo.
he's like at that level already.
Yeah, because if this Metal Bat was fighting the Garou before, he should have knocked his ass out like first swing.
There's a lot more to explore here. So let's allow Matt to come in here and gain a position to where he can add to the conversation as well. So Matt,
Hey.
First, how'd you feel about the chapter, man? And right now we've discussed our opinions on Garou being able to hurt Sage Centipede off the bat, and now Metal Bat being able to compete with Garou. How do you feel?
Hi everyone. Hope you're doing all right. I don't know. So the chapter overall, I'm pretty. I don't know. Defensive about One Punch Man's the right word, but I'm pretty much like, I'll admit, there's very few times where like One Punch Man could do no wrong. But this chapter, like, I've got questions about it, or like how I felt at least. In terms of Garou being able to hurt Sage Centipede, I'm okay with that because it's like his Gold Slayer Fist is like his ultimate technique. So for him to be able to start damaging him makes sense. Also because it'll just be a repeat of what we always get with Garou. And right now we don't necessarily need another segment of him being like, oh man, I'm getting beaten down. I know, and now I'm stronger and I can beat you. It's not against, I won't be against it, but I think there's other things that they want to do with this, especially because of what happened with Saitama and Evil Natural Ocean. But with Metal Bat, I'm not sure, because Metal Bat was always like, I never thought a rematch would happen because I was like, well, there's so much of a gap between Garou and Metal Bat now. Because like the growth Garou's gone for is explosive, and to see what Metal Bat's doing now to keep up, I'm not against, because there's like a comment by like Murata where he goes like, yeah, if that swing at the end of their fight before Zenko shows up, if Metal Bat hit that, like Garou would have almost certainly died. But I don't know. I can't really add much because I'm not sure what's been said.
No, we want to hear your first thoughts on those topics. So I'll reiterate them again if you'd like. But yeah, we want to hear your full thoughts on them, bro.
Yeah, go. Please reiterate then, so I'm clear.
So the first one was how you feel on Garou hurting Sage. Then it was your overall opinion of the chapter, which I think you gave, and then how you feel about Metal Bat being able to fight with Garou. If you've answered one of them already.
I think I've pretty much answered them. Like, I'm okay with Garou being able to hurt Sage Centipede. Short answer, I'm okay with Garou being able to hurt Sage Centipede. The chapter was pretty good. I liked the Saitama stuff. I'm not 100% sure on the Garou Metal Bat team up. And then Metal Bat being able to go toe-to-toe with Garou. Something I'm not sure about. I'm not against it, but I need a bit more explanation into it.
All right. So we're going to go back into the great detail part, because you're pretty much caught up then. You added a great portion, though. The question that I was most recently posing was, the past 2 months, people have been using the fact that Flashy Flash, though he hasn't hurt or successfully really attacked any of the two individuals, because he was able to run with them, that people were giving him the claim of being at a very high power level. Is it not now congruent similar or fair to say the same of Metal Bat, who's, as we can see, he ran from the back of Sage Centipede to block a tentacle from Sage Centipede, and he's been performing pretty much how he did the first time. So, like, is it wrong to say that Metal Bat is current Garou or around that level? You just gave a claim that is not only factually true. We've all of us have heard that quote before. They mentioned that Metal Bat would have been able to kill Garou at the end of the fight with that last hit that was stopped by Zenko. She saved Garou's life. We all know how powerful and the no limits fallacy that the majority of us have used in debates in regards to Metal Bat. Oh, he'll just tank it. He'll just tank it. Oh, he'll just tank it and keep getting stronger. Oh, that attack? He gonna eat that like a sandwich, man. Ain't no threat, bro. We've all made the same reasonable but exaggerated claims about Metal Bat. So I don't think it's crazy to say that Metal Bat would be able to hit Sage. He did it to EC. It was about the same difference in power as there is now. There should be more now, but you know, Dragon Thrashing didn't necessarily hurt Sage as much as it did EC from what I remember. But this is the guy that we're expecting to get stronger the longer he fights. So I guess I'm asking, is this like the broken masquerade moment for the community's like rigid attempt at scaling? Something that like the literal disaster levels are meant to humiliate or to make fun of? The fact that like the variety of the disaster level, of the monsters in the disaster levels, is so absurd and crazy. We try to give it credibility and reason in our own arguments, but like at the end of the day, Bakuzan is in the same exact disaster level class as Orochi. The same exact class. There is no difference. If Bakuzan shows up at the port, or if Homeless Emperor shows up at the port, the same exact threat level will be declared. So, is this the broken masquerade moment for our scaling? Are we to stop pretending that there's a way in which we can measure these characters positively? Why can't Metal Bat be this strong?
To be fair, they didn't get any drag class. So, as far as we concerned, these boys are demons.
Stop! Hey, stop!
I don't know what happened.
Hey, he's right. It did say unknown.
That's the question, because the only other person to have the unknown rank is Evil Eye, so is Evil Eye as strong as these guys?
Bro. Oh, that's right! Right, Evil Eye that thing! Hey, he did take on Tatsumaki for a little bit, bro.
Mate, longer than Psychos did.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
Bro, I don't know. I feel like these guys are. We thought they were the entree. They the appetizer. They the breadsticks, bro. They not the pasta.
Mm.
Well put.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and on the Metal Bat subject, I don't think I'm against him performing well. It's just performing well first against Sage Centipede, who I'm just like I said, that there was this moment where I was like, oh crap, like shit's gonna hit the fan now. We got Sage Centipede, Evil Natural Ocean. This is gonna be the pinnacle of this arc. And then for Metal Bat to roll in and instantly start performing. He's not quite on a level with Garou, I don't think. Through this chapter, we got to see that with the damage output. But the fact that he's able to, you know, keep up to an extent, and then at the end, like he stands back to back with Garou. They both deflect their side of Sage Centipede. I'm just like, yeah, but should he be able to do that? So that's my question, which is, I don't mind him being strong. I love Metal Bat, but should he be able to do this?
Seems everybody's giving their opinion on it. The next big point I think we should address and it's probably the best point to expand upon, is Garou's recognition of Tadio. Now, from what I can remember, Garou hasn't seen or thought about Tadio since he pushed him away in the Rover fight. Am I right?
No, he thought about him as he's turned into a monster after the fight with Darkshine.
Okay. How, what are you thinking, man? Garou senses Tario from far as hell away. What do you think?
I think he's got really good vision.
This
I mean,
nigga.
I don't know what I mean. He cares about him. I mean, it's obviously, I don't know like if that's some power or anything, but it's clear he cares about this kid. It's the only kid he's cared about. And like, if we're talking about appetizer and main course, I think it goes back to the thing we've been saying for a while. Is like something's going to happen to Tario where we think he's dead, and that's where we're going to be like, okay, Goro's going to be like full on monster from there.
I remember you predict that, but I'm saying like, isn't this the? I guess that point does address it. I was gonna ask, isn't this the final nail in the coffin into the question of whether Garou is a monster or a human? The fact that he cares about Tario so much. Like, are any of us under the impression that Garou's a monster right now? Like this whole half monster thing, I don't agree with it. I think this is just armor that he happened to don because he was turning into a monster, and now it's subsided. That's what my personal opinion of what's going on is. I know that, like, no, yeah, fuck those other opinions. My personal opinion of what's going on right now is that Garou is going. We're seeing firsthand what Dr. Genius talked about in chapter 93, 92, or 91, one of them, with Zombie Man, about how monsters come about. Those different forms of mutations that can happen. Environmental, emotional, stress, all different kinds of things that can happen. Obsession. This is us seeing that firsthand. We've never seen that firsthand, as far as I can tell. As far as I can remember, we've never seen that firsthand. This is that. This armor is a symptom of what's happening along the way. Maybe if he was always gonna be like that, because it broke off just the same. He was like that regardless. So that's my interpretation, that Garou is not a monster. He's not any bit of a monster. He was just turning into a monster, and we're seeing the failed result of that or that type of attempt.
Since he's awakened, I don't think any of us can say like he has the heart of a monster. It was definitely seeming like it was gearing that direction. Especially you guys referenced that when he was thinking about Tario after he beat Darkshine, we get that one panel of him like as this big kaiju looking ass monster holding people in his hands. Like it looked like it was going in that direction, but since he's had this cracked mass form, whatever, seems like he still has the same, human heart. Like he's not exactly a good guy, but he's not evil either.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the whole point of his interaction with Metalbat here, where I think it's humanizing him a lot more in the sense of since he's awakened, he's not been a monster like we would expect him to be in his sleeping state or his unconscious state. But like Matt was saying, I think one of the things we're kind of all anticipating is if something were to happen to Tario, would he snap? Would his mind kind of break and then he'd go in that unconscious state and go full monster again? Because I don't think this is kind of he's now full human. I think it's just the monsterization is halted, so he's conscious in his human state, as in his human mind. So he's acting like a human, behaving like a human, making decisions as he would. But what does it require for him to just lose control again and start fully monsterizing? And the weird thing was this chapter, I swear there were a few panels that showed him with his full mask as opposed to his partial kind of cracked face thing.
No, you're right.
Like when he jumps on the helicopter and everybody else sees him.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that's
so. Yes, I thought so. I was thinking that's either a mistake, or the cracked face is kind of just to show to us that he's still human Garou rather than fully monster Garou.
It's a mistake because in the scene later where Suru's watching it, like you can see like the cracked face on there. So I think it's just a mistake on Murata's part. Get it together, Murata.
It's another instance of Tatsumaki's shoe.
Or it could have just been a shadowing thing, because I mean, if you look really closely, you can when he's saying like "get lost," kya, or no, wait, that's the people on board. Never mind. Anyway, if you look real closely above what would be his left eye, you can see the line is broken. That leading from his hair to down to his eye, you can see on the other side it's not broken. So yeah, I think it's just shading, just to make him look more scary to the reporters.
Mm-hmm.
Like they see him. This is more maybe what they see him in. So they're like with the shadow and stuff. It's just kind of like they're not really seeing for what it is. But then let's see. What does the recording look like near the end? Oh yeah, you can see the broken bit on the TV when they broadcast it. So that was just shadow.
This nigga. That's literally what they just said.
But that's not the one I was looking at. The one I was looking at was like page 6.
Page 6. Let's see what's on
where
there.
Where he's like instant regeneration.
Yeah, I mean that could be a shading thing there because it's like the lines where the shadow should be is almost pretty much where the mask crack is.
I don't know. I can't see shit.
Damn, well, that messed up a bunch of times this chapter.
Mate, he's going over 2 weeks. He's going over 2 weeks. He just needs to dial it back.
Damn.
So you said page 6? As in, like you seem quite worried for that fly over there?
No, he says instant regeneration. Look for that panel.
It's the page before that. So I think it's page 5.
I did not realize my boy One Shotter was in this chapter.
Okay, I see it.
Is he?
Yeah.
Bro, how y'all read the chapter?
Oh, he is.
No, because I didn't realize that was him.
Oh, yeah.
I was too focused on Saitama surfing an aircraft carrier.
I was focusing on the Suzuki titties.
Did we get him? What?
Huh?
Yeah, Mizuki's there. Mizuki chain.
All right. So next, bro, these niggas gotta eat, bro. Grand Ocean Cannon. What are your thoughts?
Oh, ooh. Panel is just spread is nice. I like the attack, but I just like how Sage Centipede like avoided attack. Like it was that's cold. That's cold.
It was a nice combo for him to do like the centipede thrash and immediately dodge out of the way for the massive water beam.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of similar to what happened later in the chapter with Garou looking like he's about to attack Metal Bat, but he goes for Sage Centipede.
Yeah, it looks so cool. I love the fact that they comboed it. But once again, I was like, ooh, but should Garou have been able to tank it? I mean, he did look like he was severely damaged. But then the next time we see him, he's standing beneath Sage Centipede looking at the helicopter like,
it's
I need to protect that.
It's bullshit, bro. Like it's completely bullshit. And
so I wasn't a fan of that again, but that double spread was sick. And it also made me realize how flipping huge the Evil Natural Ocean is. Because even compared to Sage Centipede, he's closer to the camera to us. It's just humongous. It's right there, just towering over Sage Centipede. So I was like, damn, imagine Sage Centipede versus Evil Natural Ocean, I think Evil Natural Ocean might trump him just because of sheer size here.
Around that bug.
All Sage Centipede got to do is punch him. That's all you got to do.
Punch him in the eye. That usually works.
I think we actually see the eye just melting away, which then just confirms it's just water. Which I mean,
is still stuck on the eye, bro. The Grand Ocean Cat, Nikishi. What's up, bro?
it was awesome, but all it was just a massive version of the water jets.
Bro, you know what that means?
Grim, what did you think of the Grand Ocean Cannon?
I thought it would deflect the Orochi attack. I thought it would devastate continents.
Oh, you thought?
Like-
I was, I was like, I was sitting here shocked. Like, wait, what?
No, like I definitely had to like did a double take, or I had to take a second to really grasp the entirety of the picture and the scale. Like, that's why I'm so mad. Like, it just doesn't make sense. If people want to complain about Metal Bat, I was complaining about Flashy. This is incomprehensible to it. Like, at first I was just stuck on the hype and the craziness of the attack, but like, bro, like look at the hole right there. You remember that hole? That hole is the entirety of the Martial Association base. You're telling me Garou can get hit with the Martial Association base with force and eat it like a sandwich? Be sitting there chit-chatting, bullshitting with Metal Bat like nothing happened to him, bro? We got one panel of him bloody and then he lands. Like, it's like come on, man. Like, if you're gonna rush this shit, just don't. Just don't. I would rather wait a month. I would honestly rather wait a month. Enjoy a really good chapter. That's like just... I'm not saying I didn't enjoy the chapter. I'm just saying that it's shit like this that just makes you think, like, what the hell am I reading, bro? Like, why would you put this in there? Like, come on, bro. Like, and one of the... Satsuki mentioned earlier that, like, he didn't feel any of the same hype from the previous chapters in this chapter. To be honest, once Garou smacked Evil Natural Water when he was right next to Platinum, I lost half the hype for the character in general. Like, dead ass. Like, it was like, oh, okay, so that's how you beat him, you just punch him? Okay. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm tired of that shit. Like, come on, bro. It's...
Man, I already told you. I had to say. I already talked about my complaints with. I was like, yo, I'll reiterate it. When he was introduced and we got the whole bio thing of him with Child Emperor, like how he attacks and whatnot, and how he was dealt with by Child Emperor himself, I was thinking they would have to deal with him in some creative way.
Yes.
I remember we kept talking about like possible things that could happen. Like, what if he would emerge with Vomit if you're ugly, and that he becomes like this toxic entity or something. Like there were a lot of different theories that came with that. I think right. But it's like every time he shows up, it's so weird. The last time he was dealt with in a creative way was when I was kind of mad that he was taken out so easy. But at least like there was some like I don't know, it was something different towards it with Child Emperor when he froze him. That's the most creative he's been dealt with. Every other time is pectoral thrust, punch, and it's Saitama. So no, I don't want people. You're complaining about Saitama beating a monster? No, that's not what I'm complaining about. I'm complaining because I thought he was going to be dealt with in some unique way, but every instance has been just brute strength. That's how you beat water? I'm gonna fight my pool right now. We gonna see if this works.
Next time I go down to Florida, just gonna attack the ocean and see how well it works.
See, I believe Satsuki, but I know he roll up to the water and he'd be like, maybe not today. I'll come back next week.
Yeah, might whoop my ass.
No, bro, I'm so glad that you said all those things, Satsuki. Like, that's the exactly why I'm mad, because you showed me that this nigga, bro, child froze this nigga, and it was so badass. He sucked up some oil. No homo, and it
wasn't homo.
In what world?
Bro, no homo, bro. Out of nowhere, slug dude, whatever, just walking around. Come here, tighten up, child. Broke free from child, bro. It was crazy. I gotta give shout outs to this content creator Griever. He used to be on the channel all the time for the Board Chat podcast. So check out his channel. He still does a bunch of different content for a bunch of other stuff. I think he covers One Punch Man too.
Yep. Shout out Griever.
Shout out to Griever, bro. He said during the Phoenix Man fight that he did not like the Emperor Nova, or if the impending possibility that the Emperor Nova had killed Phoenix Man, because it wasn't characteristic of Child Emperor as a character. Like, he's been built up as an individual who uses intelligence instead of brute force to win. And it turned out to be the case that, yeah, brute force wasn't enough to beat Phoenix Man. And I love that example because he found a different way to do it. I hated how he did it, but it was satisfactory. He used intelligence to get it done. This should have been the exact same instance. If anything, what Satsuki said is the proof that it was being built up to be the exact same instance. Child Emperor first encountered him and overcame him, was about to overcome him. No homo. By freezing his ass. And he, give me this oil, bro. You can't freeze oil. Tighten up. Ah! It was even natural oil, bro. Like, what? That was that thing, bro. Like, it made us speculate about the intelligence of even natural water in general, bro. We were like, bro, what kind of threat is he gonna be? And then we get the whole thought bubble via neon, considering even natural water dumping into the ocean, and then he literally does it. Like, the potential. The wasted potential. Man, it's not even wasted potential, bro. It's like somebody that like from middle school, you were like, oh, bro, he's finna go to the league and win the Super Bowl, bro. He's gotta do it, bro. Oh, this motherfucker finna win the whole World Cup, bit. A whole World Cup, bro. He finna get picked up to go play with Barcelona at 10, bit. And he does. He goes and plays with Barcelona at age 10. And he starts on the first team age 12, bit. And then he's about to go score a goal. And he breaks his knee. That's what just happened here with Even Natural Ocean, bro. They took my boy's knees.
Bro, this sounds like a personal experience.
Bro, there are even people in the community calling him a she because it's, oh, the mother of the ocean. Oh, that's Even Natural. It's her, man. Stop. It's my boy, Even Natural Water, and they took his knees, man.
It never had a gender. It was water, and also it didn't have knees. Sorry to take that from you.
Actually, Sage Centipede.
Did you like you get yourself a cup of water? Go, oh, I'm gonna drink this, boy.
Hey,
No, I'm drinking.
But he says no homo first though.
You gay? You gay?
Every goat finna be vicious, boy. I'm
Come
mad.
here.
Fuck water. But nah, looking at this chapter, I want to ask you guys this. 'Cause I don't know if Even Natural Ocean is going to have the same I don't know, like personality as Even Natural Water, because we know he's supposed to react to negative emotions and hostility. Given that, if that carried over to who he is or was, do you think he was actually trying to attack Sage Centipede in his his Ocean Grand Canon? Because I actually forgot about that.
I see what you're getting at. It's really interesting, but I definitely think Garou was at least also the target. If Sage was the target, then Garou was also the target. But I think this whole like acrobatic circular thing may allude to differently.
Yeah, and I think they've set the law through Sage Centipede that Evil Natural Ocean and Sage Centipede are kind of here in tandem. They're here as a pair. So it looks like somehow, some way, they seem to know each other either through God or whatever. But yeah, I think they're working together.
Yeah. Plus, it's like there's been times in the past where he hasn't gone after the monsters, just after the heroes. It's like when Platinum was like, "Oh, King, you make your move, and I'll take your head clean off." Even Natural Ocean, even Natural Water at that point didn't go, okay, I'm attacking Platinum because he's intending to kill this man. He was still very much on the sidelines.
I guess he lost his personality. Damn.
It'd be interesting if Sage was actually using that trait against Garou, because it's like, ha, I'll attack you. That's my killer intent. My sister, partner, whatever the fuck they are, will be like, oh, there's evil hostility. Grand ocean cannon. And just blast their ass. But then Sage is like, haha, I'm very flexible and dodge it.
I actually don't think you can rule that out. But I think let me ask this, because whether that's the case or not, we can't really disprove it. Doesn't this de facto mean that God is like involved now? Because Psychos made even natural water, apparently. You guys remember that?
Sorry, cut out because I don't remember that.
Oh, it happened.
Yeah, Psychos made even natural water.
Really?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Lab accident.
Mm-hmm. It's still badass that she was able to contain him, but yeah, she made him. So he's not like a natural being that God had just around in a small form or something like that. And now we have Sage coming up talking about doing the bidding of gods in a conjunction with even natural ocean. So is this proof that like God gave a deal to even natural ocean or whatever? Or how is Sage talking about the incarnation of water or Mother Earth, or excuse me, yeah, Mother Earth and excuse me, yeah, Mother Earth and Mother Water or whatever.
And she's the ocean, or
Yeah.
whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, whatever it is, bro. How is Sage claiming about the gods?
Yeah, it could even be the case that both of them. So Sage Centipede might have existed for a long while before God ever got in contact. So yeah, it might be that God contacted both of them after they existed for a while.
So from page 9 to page 10, I feel like the art dropped off tremendously.
You said page what to what?
9 to
Page
10.
Yep. Do you
Okay.
guys disagree?
That one panel, especially, where you see like the explosion kind of deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little sketchy maybe on that last panel, but I'd give it overall a pass, because you do see detail there.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm mad at it. It's kind of just showing, perspective. Someone flying really far away. So I'm not too mad at the lack of detail there.
And there's maybe a little with the Sage on page 10. Otherwise, I'd say the rest of it's fine.
Like, you're gonna tell me on page 10 you're looking at even natural ocean, and that's okay to you?
Yeah.
Y'all niggas are bullshit, bro.
It's just shading.
Yeah, he's allowed to break every now and again.
That nigga looks like a clown.
He is a clown. He got
It
beat.
turned out to be exactly.
Jesus. Y'all
My
said
guy
what I
turned
could
up
really
for
read.
one chapter. He gave us the googly eyes and then died. My guy, like.
Like, he can't even take a punch from a B-class hero. Can we just like?
Oh my god! I told you, man. He did good for a demon, man.
Yo, he literally has the googly eyes when Saitama runs up to him. Where in the panel where Sage is like, He's just like, he lets her watch like, bro.
I just love the way that Saitama's running at him. He's like,
Kills me every time. Just
One of
casually
you-
running on water.
because which one of you used basically that as your thumbnail? I think it was Matt.
Yeah, that was me.
I thought about it, and then I was like, no, I kind of like when he's like surfing, and I just wanted to do that. But other than that, I just went with what I went with, and I think it turned out all right.
That back-to-back panel was hype, bro. Man, that was hype. Where Metal Bat and Garou are back-to-back. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, this is kind of my only
bad boy.
thing, if we're talking about the team up, is personally for me, the Metal Bat Garou team up, I like. It's just, I kind of feel like, because Garou is supposed to be the main villain of this arc, I kind of wish if this was a moment that happened, it happened like after this arc at some point. If Garou survives, comes back in the story, and him and Metal Bat go back to back at that point, I would have been thinking about it. Like when I first saw it, I was like, this is yes, team up, I love this. But I'm not sure how I feel about this happening like at now in this arc, because it's Garou's like big story.
To mention Griever again, he calls it the Garou show now. He's like, screw Saitama. This is the Garou show. He's the main character. Always has been. You just didn't get to see him for the first 90 chapters.
I mean, it's pretty much been that since Garou has been on this run. Saitama's took a significant backseat role. And it's kind of like, but Saitama took a backseat to pretty much everybody, because it's not just Garou's. Everybody's been more fleshed out. I mean, we've been seeing their fights, but yeah, Garou's definitely the primary guy. Pretty much since the hero hunt has started.
And I like that, because it's as if we're watching a story. We're not following one character.
Yes, we are.
It's hard to put that into good words, like proper words.
It's more like we have this bird's eye view rather than just one perspective.
Yeah. Yes. And I honestly, truly appreciate that. That's what I've been looking for a long time. I don't care about this one hero who happens to have all of his obstacles succeed in a way that he's gonna be the final person to win. And I'm tired of the justification that, like, oh, if there was going to be somebody who fights to protect the Earth, this would be his story, bro. Like, stop getting mad that he's, like, so great. Like, you have to be great to save the Earth. Shut up.
Says Saitama's going to save the
That
Earth.
was the most, like, girl shut up I've heard in a long time. It was the most, shut up!
Grimm is hurt this chapter, man.
I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, it's not even a negative thing. We're talking about the good aspect of it, that we don't just follow Saitama the entire time indefinitely. That would make this story so much worse. Like,
Definitely.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like One Piece.
Oh no, there's a butt coming here.
Focusing on the Straw Hats 24/7.
This is the part where it's like I'm not racist.
I've got friends of that particular race.
Look, bro. Like, I watched and read One Piece, but you beat everybody, bruh?
I mean,
No, I don't want to hear the I means. I don't want to hear the but Crocodile beat him this so many other times, or he didn't beat the admirals at first.
Oh my god!
You just gobbled. I don't
No, that's.
I don't know.
Like, from said monsters now, he's freaking out. I hated One Piece so much!
He might have been foaming at the mouth instead of gargling whatever the fuck he was gargling.
You gay.
You start this shit like every fucking podcast. I am not. I think you're the one with the problem.
It's a problem. Homophobic Keishan confirmed.
Wait for the SBS.
All right. So inevitably, the next portion of the chapter is Caped Baldy. Now,
I forget that he has that name.
so we see him walking on water. I think we've seen him do that before too. In the anime at least. And he one-shot Evil Natural Ocean. Killer move. Serious punch. am I wrong to at first of thought that even natural water wasn't dead? That he tanked a serious punch?
Yes.
And am I wrong, okay, to also believe that even natural water isn't dead?
The ocean's a big place.
Like, you thinking that he's not dead from that initial punch is, like, in my opinion, is fine, just because we've seen a lot of these monsters not go down that easily. But at this point, when it comes to any iterations of evil natural water, bro, it is what it is, man. Like, that's just, we gotta come, like, I've gotta come to terms with what's going on with him.
If you splash water, you got it.
Yeah, bro. So no, like because I didn't think he was. I think when I read it that he was gone, and still believing that he's there. It's just one of those things where I think that's more wishful thinking. I think like what you have on your side is that, I mean, he's water, so it's kind of like, how do you show that he's dead definitively? You can point to, that one panel, I think is page 21, where the eyes like popping out, but I don't know. It's a weird thing to confirm that he's dead. It's not like these other monsters where you can show them just completely, I don't know, like turn into dust or something.
Eviscerated.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you beat him. The water's still there. Like what you want me to say?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a weird dead body. That's for damn sure. It's a dead body of water. It's the Dead Sea now.
Then Saitama just killed the world because we don't got no more water.
Oh fuck! What am I drinking right now? Water.
Is it unethical to drink evil natural water because it's just drinking a corpse?
It's unethical to say fuck.
Well, I mean, when we eat meat, you're eating a corpse.
And when you're drinking water, I mean,
you're drinking.
Technically, it's like millions of corpses.
That's somebody's house.
Hey.
It's also trillions of fishes' toilets, which is the worst thing ever.
Shit tastes good.
Yeah.
If you get it purified.
I mean, to be fair, I don't really drink ocean water a lot, so it's not like a...
Nah, you go crazy.
You'd probably die, yeah.
Well, you would dehydrate and be insane the whole time, which then continue to drink the water because you're like, oh, it's keeping me alive. And it's like, no, it's killing you faster. Slap this man.
It do be like that sometimes. But I think I agree. I agree with Grimm when the first punch came. I was like, at first I was surprised because I was like, oh, okay, we're going straight to a serious punch, a serious punch. I was like, oh my god, okay, cool. Saitama's identified. This thing needs to be seriously dealt with. So I was cool with that. But then I was hoping Evil Natural Ocean would actually survive because I was like, all right, like even with a serious punch, what has it done to the body of water, which is still there for the most part?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't really see how the punch killed it. I thought there would have been a more intelligent way to do it. Like Saitama gets a straw and he's like, I've been thirsty for 3 days now.
No, stop!
I would have been happy
Not
with that.
even Thor could drink the ocean. That was one of his challenges during Ragnarok, and he couldn't do it.
But I thought Evil Natural Ocean would survive. But then I think what gives it away, there are two things for me which give away the fact that she's dead, which is the eyes now seem to lack control in the water, as in they seem to be separately floating apart, and there's no control in the water. It's like just slushing all about, flying out of the water. And I don't think we've ever seen any of the eyes outside of water before. So that's one thing where I'm like, that lack of control is suggestive that, yeah, she did. And then the fact that Sage Centipede turned around like, oh my gosh, he did? Was there a tectonic shift or something? I'm like, dude, you didn't see that?
Yeah, it's funny. He can see that tiny ass little helicopter, but he couldn't fucking see the dude running across the ocean.
I'm gonna need those eyeballs to pop in order for me to believe it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I get
that
it.
would be an alright way to signify it.
Okay, let's say if he is alive, then who takes him out? Saitama again?
You're not like that's the only because right now we're at a point of the way you guys put it, the way Sundown put it, it makes it seem like we should be giving cred to even natural water because he got identified by Saitama. Like, oh, so someone was like, oh, yeah, no, that ain't none of that shit, man. Ain't no more of that. Them Grand Ocean cannons, that shit is done for. You would go stop that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Having said that, Saitama's reasoning in the story was more that even natural ocean inconvenienced him by like there was a wave of water which just washed up on Saitama, so he got pissed off. So that seems to be more of the reason why he delivered the serious punch. But for me, it was like I thought he identified him as a risk.
It's probably both. I don't think Saitama saw the giant ocean Grand Cannon and went, "Oh, it's going to be annoying if I get wet."
Yeah.
I feel like that was when he was in the base, but I can't remember now.
I think he almost took out King and them boys too.
Bro, everybody should have almost been taken out by any of these attacks. But
Here's a little bit of continuity for you. If you look closely at that bubble where he's talking about your stupid water games, you can actually see the hole in his cape in that little picture.
Yeah.
So that's kind of funny. We were talking about Murata being inconsistent earlier, and that is the most consistent the man has ever been.
so
Wait, man. Wait, hold on. Bro, Saitama should have like killed somebody else.
Yeah, how did the fucking aircraft carrier survive?
Man, I'm talking about somebody like what if you just some random immigrant on a boat? You just sail it and Saitama just hit you with it.
These niggas is crazy this episode.
Yeah.
Niggas said, oh, a random immigrant coming to Z City from A City.
This guy got
get hit by a Syrian.
My grandfather told me of the
Just to go
great
fishing
land
out
of
on the
Z
ocean.
City.
What's that?
the Somali pirates just chilling. Suddenly they see a split in the ocean approaching. They're like, "Oh shit!"
Oh man,
Wait,
ain't
Boys,
no way,
it's
boy.
been an honor. And then they just start pulling out violins and shit like on Titanic and start playing music to all the death thralls.
Because what I'm looking for is I'm trying to see if like there is because the attack also hit Sage Centipede, but I don't know if the attack stopped at him.
No, it
No,
didn't
no, no.
hit
It's the
Sage.
opposite.
It's just from the other perspective. So, because Sage Centipede's on the land, that's what Sage is seeing from the other side.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, yeah. So man, nah, he killed somebody, bro. Nah, he killed somebody.
That reached the other continent.
Like it's like a game of like you ever play Battleship?
Yeah.
He hit you with the whole sweep. Everybody on this line is dead.
Yes, and now Saitama is riding his battleship to victory. He's like, you... No, go on, Matt.
I was going to say, after the Deep Sea King died, the Deep Sea government arise because they're going to take down the rescue him, and then all of a sudden,
Yo, it would have been
Pay for
crazy
this.
if we would have seen that Atlantis or some shit like that. If Saitama uncovered some crazy ass shit by doing this, bro. Or if that could still be possible. If later on in a future storyline we get some shit like that where Saitama's actions have caused a monster or caused a disturbance or some shit like that, that'd be badass.
And we don't really get to see how far out it goes. So it could unearth something.
We've seen multiple of his attacks and attacks in general now clear. I don't want to say entire oceans. Well, one of Saitama's, I think the serious punch that he did to Boros, which is collapsing cannon. Yeah, that bridged the continent, but I'm not sure, man.
Wait, when did the like the Sky King show up? The bird-like people? Was that...
just before Boros, literally, like...
Okay, because I was gonna say, like, wouldn't it be funny as hell if they showed up after the Boros fight and it was because he disrupted their cloud kingdom or some shit? It's like, motherfuckers, you ruined our kingdom!
Bro, what is all this cursing, Keeson? Dang!
I always
What?
curse. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, we going.
I've always
PG now.
cursed.
The PG podcast.
Oh, can we do a PG podcast, please?
You're the one that can't stop
We
saying the
try-
word
we
that gets you in
literally-
trouble 5 seconds in. So
Yeah,
no.
we've literally tried to do that at least with the first 5 minutes, and it was unsuccessful.
All right, bet. Look, next podcast ain't gonna be no cursing.
Seconds in.
All right, yeah, definitely.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'll
can
definitely
try.
do that.
Yeah.
You got to remind me. If you don't remind me,
Every time, it's like every time you address one of us, okay, now don't curse. It's like, alrighty. And then immediately we forget it because we are people in a society that likes to curse.
Grimm, if you can look up like 20 names for oceans, you can look up words that you can use instead of swearing.
Whoa, bro! You had a synonym for nigga, huh?
Fella,
I mean-
there you go.
I love that word.
You right? To the nigga fella, bro. These fellas out here tripping, bro.
It actually kind of works. It's funny and just works.
All right, so now let's move on to bro.
Surfing bird.
Like, that's a great panel of Saitama surfing the battleship.
Love it. That's why I had to use it for the thumbnail.
I mean, yeah, but like,
I even colored it yellow so you knew it was Saitama in the thumbnail.
I don't care, bro.
Well, then you don't care for art.
No, I meant like that he's surfing with a carrier. Like,
It's a
So?
fun scene, you know.
It's fun, and he's getting the guys out of the. He's literally taking these guys out of the storm.
Which
yeah.
then makes you wonder, are they gonna fucking vouch for him then?
Bro, Kishin got a potty mouth. What do you mean? What do you mean vouch for him?
Okay, they literally saw him standing on the deck of the ship. So it's like they know the condition that their ship is in, right? Well, they see him embedding his feet into the deck. So it's
but can they actually see him? I'm not sure if they're gonna recognize the fact that he's planted his feet into the ground and started surfing.
And not just that.
So they do mention that they lost the propeller and the rudder. So they know the ship cannot move in a, meaningful way without something intervening. And they do see him. They even point it out.
But this is also One Punch Man where they're like, wow, this is the greatest stroke of luck. I can't believe we got through that whole storm.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, like, there was literally a whole crowd of people in the stadium watching Moomin Rider and Genos get clapped, and then watched Saitama one-shot that guy, and then they were like, oh, it's because he weakened them, or they weakened them. Like, there are plenty of ways to downplay Saitama's feat here.
Yeah, they're gonna show like further on down the line these same crewmen worshipping like this spirit that came aboard their ship one time and saved them all from a storm.
Actually, that is a thing. Or did you not know?
No,
It's mentioned. I forget, but it was also mentioned in One Piece. It's like the spirit of the ship that like kind of watches over the crew.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that being spun that way. To be honest, I kind of like that.
Oh, you read Trash Piece too, huh?
I react
Yes,
to
sir.
it every fucking week, so don't even know.
Bro,
Don't
Kishin
even
the
go.
potty mouth, bro.
I am a demon god. I'm not gonna be Ned Flanders over here.
So,
Wait, Grimm should be Ned Flanders next week.
Oakley dokley, neighbors. If I could get his voice just right, I can do Goofy. I cannot do Ned Flanders.
so I guess Sage confirms Even Electro Ocean's death. I still doubt it though. We've already talked about Sage Centipede and Metal Bat quite a bit now. Is there any other additional thoughts that you guys want to give about them? About Metal Bat?
He still looked cool as hell doing it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
King.
Kind of wondering it might need to be explained a little later, but because Metal Bat, he was in the hospital, got healed up and everything, he probably got some kind of a Zenkai boost with his fighting spirit, and maybe he can focus on the attribute that is being used. Like, he maybe focuses more on the durability aspect or the offensive aspect, as he's fighting, and that might explain some of how he's doing some of this bullshit in this chapter that we all kind of have contention over. But that would be the only way I could explain any of this, and that's a reach.
I wonder if we're ever going to get like lore out of what this metal bat is made out of.
Yeah.
Like, is it literal metal, bruh? Because like we've seen whole swords break at certain attacks, and his bat will stay intact no matter what.
Saitama broke a sword with his teeth. Flashy got his sword cracked in half and knocked out of his hand. Atomic got his sword melted. What else is happening? So, Ian Neon had a hole put through his sword. Not Metal Bat.
When he asked for a bat that doesn't break, he sure as hell got his wish, didn't he?
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if that's going to be an actual thing, because if his metal bat won't break, like what's stopping everybody else from getting the same material? Is it because it's like it's too dense or something? It's too heavy to carry? Like, I don't know.
Say it's just super rare,
Mhm.
and that was a simple enough object that they could use it for.
That's crazy. Let me get this super weapon to this 16-year-old kid.
I mean, he's a fucking kid that earned his stripes,
Potty
became
mouth.
an S-class. Oh, quit with your potty. But yeah, it is weird. And I even mentioned in my reaction, I was like, how is this bat still in one piece at this point? It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I'd say it's just some kind of like either recently discovered or artificial super alloy that they just don't have much of. Because you don't see anybody else wielding indestructible objects. But then again, that would kind of break the meta even more than it's been broken already at this point. He's just literally just a delinquent, so giving him an unbreakable bat just seemed to make sense.
No, I definitely think that it's a. I wouldn't say it's a narrative trope, but I do think it's a strong point in certain stories where some characters have aspects that don't change over time, that are consistent. For example, I got in Bleach, right? In Bleach, Yamamoto, the head captain or whatever, you don't really get information about him getting stronger in the series besides one time, and that's like I think it's like 10,000, 5,000 years ago, or something like that, or 1,000 years ago. Whenever he fought the last main villain, Yuhaba, for the first time. Since then, he's grown and changed his capabilities, but throughout the main storyline, we were there in the present current time. We've never seen him change. He was always that powerful. We just got to see him display his capabilities at different time periods. It wouldn't be a bad thing to have Metal Bat have an unbreakable bat. It doesn't really change that much about him. Like, it's him more so than any of the other characters. It's about the fighter, not the weapon. So, like, I honestly wouldn't have a problem with Metal Bat having an unbreakable bat because it's damn near unbreakable right now.
But if he did have that, you know who's gonna be on this ass, right?
No.
Knight?
Ooh.
Metal Knight. Where you got that bat from, boy?
It's very likely. It's
Drive,
I
mate.
think Metal Knight made the bat.
That'll
Yeah,
be
I
interesting.
I get the feeling, yeah.
I mean,
that'll be kind of crazy.
there's no one else I could really think of who would have. But also, I do like the unbreakable bat because obviously it's a standing weapon. It's nice, but then also if they ever want to do it in the future to show like this is a really powerful monster, it broke the bat. It's a very simple way of going. This is a problem because we've seen everything the bat's gone through, and it's still fine. It's not even like dented or beat up or anything. It's solid. So if they ever want to just go, this is strong, Like, look, the bat's actually snapped or bent. Then it's just an easy way to do that.
I'm actually kind of wondering what happens should the bat ever get broken. Will Metal Bat then take on the mantle of his own weapon? Be like, I've fought alongside this thing. I revere it as basically my best friend in a fight.
I
It's
dropped.
like, I'm. What?
I dropped the manga.
It's like, and then he just takes on the attributes. It's like, I will become stronger than
bat?
my bat ever was.
He's gonna become a. I dropped. Oh my god! I dropped.
That concept kind of reminds me of the whole Gohan thing when he was supposed to take out the Z sword, but then it broke.
Which I call real bullshit on that, because it's like, okay, you couldn't have just destroyed the fucking mountain to get the goddamn sword in the first place.
Nah,
I mean, like,
you gotta
really?
troll.
It's like, I mean, the fucking mountain broke when you pulled the shit out. It's like, why couldn't you just, like, flicked it with your finger and just gotten the sword 5 minutes sooner?
Nah, you gotta keep his bat though. That's iconic.
Well, I get that, but it would make even more sense why he, it then gives his name more meaning. Because then he's become the Metal Bat.
I keep picturing the metal bat. You say that, man. Stop.
Well, where he just transforms into a metal bat and beats the shit. He's just floating around. It's like, come over here, motherfucker. I gotta hit you.
Oh, I dropped so
Home
fast.
run.
I delete all my videos as that happened.
But I'm just saying, like, he would just gain, like, super durability, maybe through fighting spirit and everything, and he just focuses it, and then he's just as durable as the bat ever was, if not more so.
Right. So it's like a sports movie. You never needed the bat. It was all inside you all along.
Kind of, yeah. Let's go sports metaphor with it. I like it.
He's giving out One Piece spoilers. It was never about finding the One Piece. It was about the friendship along the way.
Well, I mean, that kind of was the thing. That's the reason why this shit's been going on for 23 years. It was a 5-year series Oda had planned. Did you guys not know that?
So the panel of Garou and Metal Bat back to back was everything. The panel of Garou and Metal Bat as silhouettes in front of Sage Centipede was everything.
Yeah, there we go.
I plan to edit in the silhouettes of all the other heroes in there as well. Aside from the complaints of the community that are baseless and just incredulous, bit, the high point, what we should actually be taking from the scenario, and what should be speculated upon continuously, is the reality, possibility, eventuality that Garou will not only survive the Saitama fight, but Garou will become a hero. Case in point, the other prospect of heroism shows up in the same exact chapter in reference to the individual saving a helicopter crew. So I'll ask you this. How plausible is Garou the hero helper? Garou the S-Class? Garou the hero?
I mean, it can happen. Like it definitely can happen. Anything's possible, as KG would say. But will it happen? I'm not so sure. For one, he just doesn't have the will to be a hero. And yes, there are some people who aren't necessarily heroic because that's been questioned, but he doesn't even have it in him to actually like want to save anybody or anything like that, other than the people he has a connection to, like Tario.
Does Drive Knight? Because this is
we don't. That's the thing. We don't know shit about Drive Knight really.
But this is like the whole point that the story's been pointing out. Like several, not only Black Sperm and Platinum, but Homeless as well, I believe. That like these guys are heroes for their own personal egos, not because they want to save people, So is that really different than what Garou's already done? Because Garou saved Tadio from all kinds of monsters. And it's not a bad thing that like he likes to fight or he was fighting those monsters because he wanted to get stronger. And he was also attacking heroes on the side or whatever, or as his main thing. He was still doing the hero work. So that's why I'm asking, like, you already answered in your opinion, Satsuki.
It's an interesting question on how people like. I think, you know, that question kind of segues into a question of like, how did some of these people become heroes in the first place? How did they get to where they were with their personalities? Because I get what you're saying. Because like I said, a lot of these heroes aren't necessarily heroic at all. And but the thing about Garou is like he has to be willing to. You have to at least be willing to like go to the Hero Association, be like, hey yo, let me register all that. Like Garou ain't that type of dude. That ain't what he like. If he were to do something like he regained his humanity or whatever, I would see him being more of a vigilante. I wouldn't see him being in the association. Like he would be a hero. He would be a hero associate rather being in the association.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Hero Association would be quite petty as well. So I think with everything that Garou's done to the Hero Association, they've recognized him as a villain. Like, there might be a few people there, like Sitch, for example, who's like, if this all blows over and Garou's, you know, is like more of a neutral good guy, then Sitch might be the kind of guy like, we need this guy to deal with the bigger threats in the future. We've seen how powerful he is. Every help we can get is important. But there's also a lot of people in the Hero Association who are like, nah, man, he's messed up too much. Get him out of here. Don't want to see him again. I just don't. Yeah, I think what Satsuki said, I just don't think that's the kind of guy Garou is. And like, the Hero Association hasn't got like the greatest test system. Like, Saitama broke all the records, and we know Saitama's a pretty good hero. He's got like good morals, and he barely passed like their hero test. And they decided to put him in C because of that. Whereas we've got other characters like, I don't know, like Red Nose, who somehow passed that test as well. And there's other guys like that who somehow passed because I don't know, because they must be at least good physical condition and stuff like that. And it's not a great organization, the Hero Association. So I think.
Where's your organization, Matt? Huh? Where's your hero organization, huh? I heard talking shit about the Hero Association. Where's yours?
Where's mine? I don't have one, unfortunately.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah. No,
I
mean,
was actually trying to come up with an acronym for your name, like Men Against the something. I couldn't.
Men Against the Teams. I guess teams. Like we're not.
No. Men Against the Tyranny. There you
go.
There you go.
Oh,
that's Matt.
No, it's Men Against the Teams. We don't like teams. Like I'm a one-man team. You know, you can't spell I without team. There's an M and A and a couple T's in there, so you can't spell. But you can put my name in there.
Your name backwards is almost the word team.
No,
so
like Matthew.
Careful.
You can't spell I without. You can't spell. There's no I in team. But the word Matthew. You can spell the word team with Matthew.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm a one-man team.
You can't spell meat without team.
There you go.
Matt gay.
hey, so Steve-O came to this chat late.
In spirit.
Yeah, Hero Hunter Girl thoughts. Or excuse me, Hero Helper Girl. Hero the Hero.
Girl.
Yeah.
Grimm, just quickly, would that be his title?
I would just think Helper Garou because like he's kind of helped the monsters, but now he's kind of helping the heroes. So you don't really know what side he's ever going to work with. Just whichever one. It's like,
Oh my God.
I feel like going against humanity today.
Community Garou.
Yeah, there we go.
Imagine him
Community. That's the roulette wheel of my life.
Imagine him being announced at like a scene. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, we need Blast!" Oh wait, is that Hero Helper Garou?
Like, no, it's still in Helper Garou now, bitches. Just
the hero for Garou. I if I drop the manga, I'd pick it right back up for that, bro.
But yeah, I think in terms of the hero helping, I can kind of see it. I like how they in this chapter they switch scenes over to Suryu to kind of juxtapose that. I was like, oh, that's kind of spicy. That's kind of nice. But I don't see Garou kind of joining the Hero Association in the traditional way. I'd see him more of a, and I think we had an example of someone in the current story who did this. Maybe was it Bomb who was more like this, kind of like a wanderer, and being a hero in that way, kind of like how Suryu was wandering as well, but he was kind of womanizing all that time. But Garou would kind of be like on and off hero, not really a villain, but helping where he felt he could help out, and going on like a journey to see more of the world once he gets defeated by Saitama, because I feel like that's what everyone starts to see. It's like maybe I should see more of the world, maybe I should go and experience more things to come back stronger. So I think that's probably what it might lead to.
like
I mean,
that.
in a way, Saitama was kind of like that. You know, taking out monsters before he actually joined the association.
Yeah.
Then again, the association hadn't even formed yet.
So first off, Suiko is everything. Also, I guess Suiryu is really the last thing to address in the chapter. It's just there's just so many things making me think, and I won't lie to you, bro. I'll be straightforward, bro. You already know, bro. It's all about facts and truth around here, bro. I want Garou to survive this, bro. I need Garou to extend his journey after this arc, bro. A Garou who now takes the positioning in the storyline as like just another one of the heroes or another one of the S-class heroes, but a major aspect, maybe similar prestige to like. No, he would be one of the greatest in prestige, bro. It's similar to Mai in world in regards to popularity, bro. That's how well regarded Garou would be if he assimilated into the S class. And yeah, we would be talking about him being number 2 or number 3, man. Yeah, we'll be talking about that. But it would not be an exaggerated thing to where we're seeing Garou as leading the storyline. He would literally be taking the same position as like other heroes, similar to like. Maybe not Drive Knight, who barely shows up, but like maybe Puri Puri. We've seen an awful lot of Puri Puri. Whether it's Deep Sea, whether it's Melzigard, whether it's now. We've seen Puri Puri all the time. Maybe
we know his ass is evil.
Oh yeah, I know you know Puri Puri ass.
Like that's like the Hero Association got blemishes, but like there's no way he should continue to be a hero. The thing that makes it like crazy is like he's at the bottom. No, he not now, but in terms of like how we view him now. But like, bro, like you got all these goons. Like I understand Puri Puri is strong, but like nah, that I'm not accepting that. Ain't no way. You gonna not like you read me his rap sheet. I'm like, yo, I don't want this dude like I don't want this dude protecting me.
He's a villain, bro. What you mean?
That's crazy. Some villains haven't done what Puri Puri has done.
Oh, I killed one person. Well, he kind of did some shit.
Yo, Tongue Stretcher ain't do nothing Puri did. He got killed, bro. Straight killed, bro. Yo.
Crazy, bro. You can't look no certain way. They gonna clap you, but let you be a rapist. They gonna like, all right, you got it.
It's hilarious when like possible like massacres are a lesser offense than what this hero has done.
Oh shit, bro.
It's just crazy because like when he pop up, like everything's like funny. It's like, oh, Puri, but then you think about what he has done. It's like, nah. Man.
I mean, he's called prisoner for a reason now, and he's in the worst prison, which then further confirms everything you don't want to know about the man.
And he's running the prison, bro. All them boys All them dudes in there were his. Hey, cool exclamation
It's
mark.
funny in that scene where all the guys are like, "We're gonna kill you, Sonic," and then Perry goes, "Shut up!" Like, shh, shut up, he's here. They're all terrified of Perry.
You know they took.
Imagine what he would be like if he actually turned evil. Because the guards cannot do shit to stop him. He comes and goes as he sees fit.
Oh, he's like
He definitely comes.
Wait, the S-Class to deal with him.
Well, I mean, they'd have to, but I mean, like, he would be a little bit of a threat, actually.
You mean a little bit, bro? I know you seen them that vibration shit.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if that went towards malicious intent and not against other malicious natured individuals like monsters, he would wreck some shit.
What's the worst thing he could do? Rape somebody?
Yo, his wiki is wild. Like, listen to this sentence. Outside his homosexuality, he also has a standard about justice. Why are you talking about outside him being gay? No, it could be outside him being a rapist. What the?
I'm telling you, bro, they downplay boy rape.
They like he gay, but he saved people. That's not what I'm concerned about. It's the other thing.
Oh shit, man.
The cover up. That's crazy.
Hang on, I just want to read this. You got me on the page. As the lowest ranked hero in the S-Class, he seems to be more down to earth and genuinely heroic. He's talking about angels all the time.
And he rapes booty, and that's for y'all wiki readers. Stop it.
That's crazy, man. If I would have read this week, I'd have been like, "Oh, he's a good guy."
Just has a weird motif. I don't get it.
Bro.
His
And then,
PR team is crazy good.
and then the worst part is, dude, he actually then goes on to accidentally murder the people who are victims of him.
That's crazy.
Yo, that's dirty.
They didn't even get away from him, bro.
Oh, so he raped and killed them. Yo, how is this nigga a hero, bro?
He is.
Hey, he
is the
put them out of their
mountain.
misery. They don't have to live with
No,
that
no,
thought
he
of the
didn't
Puri
even-
push anymore.
He didn't even put them out there in misery because the last thing they heard and saw was Puri Puri being like, "Oh, I'll avenge you, my boys." And that's like, "No, you won't. You can't shit, boy."
Oh my god.
You sent us on our way.
They need to get the guy from the Super Fight tournament, the psychology guy, just to show up. There's so many like heroes with problems.
No,
Oh.
you know what? Like I know we're joking and whatnot, but like, what if they were to do some type of? I know Grimm is going to get mad at me for invoking the name of the series. Just bear with me because the comparison is needed a little. What if they do something to where it's like my hero with Stain, where he's calling out the heroes for not being heroes and like basically culling them. Like, what if they did something with a hero association? Like, we're cleaning house, bro. Like, if you really ain't about heroism, we taking you out of here. Puri, you out. You ain't got to do no interview. You out. What if they did something like that where they kind of reshape the association based on morals rather than power?
No, bruh. Drive Knight, we don't even know what he be doing. Flash be killing all kinds of niggas. Pig God. Let me not say nothing about Pig God, bro. That's unmoral right there, bro.
Like the most virtuous of them all.
I was gonna say like,
But he embodies greed and sin of that nature, so that's hilarious.
Well, gluttony, bro, out the ass. Who else? Who else is dirty? Genos is literally called a demon. So there you go. You wanna have a demon in the association? What's going on here?
Especially if he turns out to be the mad cyborg, like it constantly is being hinted at. But that would be a bad revelation for him.
Grimm, by that logic, you can't have Tatsumaki because she's got Tornado of Terror. We don't want terror in this.
Bro,
hero.
like
Tornadoes are scary.
bro,
Why should you run from
she literally devastated Z City, and she's a hero. What are we talking about here, bro?
He's a samurai. It connotates violence.
Bro,
Atomic samurai can't be here.
Tatsumaki is so reckless that she let somebody who she was fighting cut the earth. All because that person was trying to attack her. What is going on here? What did you do, Tatsumaki? Why is she trying to attack you? You're just innocent? Stop, man.
Hey, if she wasn't there, the Earth would have had a deeper haircut.
With that old edge, man.
Then there's let's see, Blast, the absentee top tier hero.
Who's that, man?
Fuck Blast.
So it's like they'd be like, well, he's not around most of the time anyway, so I guess if we, kick him out, it doesn't really change anything now, does it?
It literally doesn't change a thing.
It might just be Watchdog and Tank Top who stay in.
Furries be
like
furry
five
people.
people.
We can't have none of that immoral crap in our society. So
You really want-
If anybody's got to go, it's got to be Tank Top, man. He's what's he gonna do? Roll out in his wheelchair? The guy's in a predicament.
He can't even be in a wheelchair at this point. Like, he has like no body support. They'd have to strap him in.
Nah, give him a chance. Tank Top magic. It's fine.
Yeah, I knew what I was gonna say.
I know, yeah, he gets Tank Top magic. He literally moved the tank top and his heart started again.
Yeah, dude. They gotta do something with it, man. They have to do something with it.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go on a whole rampage and hate Tank Top because of that shit, bro. Like,
mate, when they reveal Tank Top magic, I'm taking the podcast for that one.
From magical monster spider fibers or some shit, and it's like, boom, it healed all of his wounds.
I don't even think it's gonna be that complex. It's gonna be like, just because they believe in the Tank Top, this communal belief has now given life to the Tank Top, where they can do some magic stuff. They can restart hearts.
What if they go to
new
Goodwill?
bones?
They find a tank top that has like a magician or like a hat or something on it that's like, a magic symbol or whatever, and they're like, oh my god, we have found the magic tank top. We believe that it will heal our master, and then it heals him.
I guess what I don't like about it is that he's not maintaining the clear separation of the joke and the reality of the situation. Like, in my viewpoint, the reality of the situation is that Tank Top Master is a strong fighter. Even Garou mentioned that that EC Genos had physical capabilities comparable to Tank Top. So it's not like Tank Top is some slouch. He's a hero and he can fight. We even saw him get bodied every single instant up against Gums. Every single time was getting bodied up against Gums. But it's Gums, man. But it just shows you that, like, no, yeah, he's a hero. He's not just going to die, even though he almost died. I don't know why I'm hyping Tank Top. Look, all I'm trying to say is that when the Tank Top joke started to fall into the realm of reality, where we just saw the stakes of One Punch Man go up or have some kind of validity, and then it's removed immediately by a joke, I didn't like that. Don't show me his legs in his ass, and his tongue behind his head, and his neck twisted, and his ribs upside down and shit. Don't show me all that if you're just gonna snap his tank top and then he's all good. Like, don't have Fubuki out of nowhere start healing people, and then he's all good. Like, let me move on, bro. I think that's it for all the topics. Do you guys have anything to elaborate upon?
This man's name is Mr. Let's Just Pray.
I was going to mention it.
I wanted to mention
little
it.
Jokes coming back. It's just the news reporter interviewing the expert, and they're just like, I don't know.
Let's pray.
Whatever. Let's try.
But on Mangacy, they got rid of his name on his little placard.
Mangacy still works?
Yep.
Oh shit!
Hey man, don't talk about that site, bro. Don't get that taken down. That's my go-to.
It used to be my go-to, so they got taken down.
It's
yeah. For some reason, that got erased. I don't know why. I noticed it when we were going through.
All right. So aside from Suiko's beauty, that's gonna be it for 157's discussion. there are a multitude of there are a multitude of strong points, plot points, and overall great discussion points we addressed in the podcast. If you'd like to give your opinion or elaborate upon the opinions that we gave, or contrast the opinions that we gave, hop into the comment section, and we will be not only reading those, but addressing them in a future video. After the podcast, and before the next chapter, which we don't know when is going to drop, hopefully it'll be on time and on schedule. But even if it isn't, we'll be dropping the 157 comments video. We will be dropping a meme of the week video. And we'll also be dropping a best girl tier list video. And yes, we got all of them, man. All of them. Even the association girls. Yeah.
Okay.
So subscribe so you can anticipate that video coming out. And the meme videos, which are always great. We got a whole series of them. Check out the community's jokes. This is not like me making memes. This is like your memes, which you guys and your peers make, just collected in one place. And the comments video is where we just read all the comments from the 3 videos of the week, including the podcast review and reaction, so we can address your points and views on what has occurred as of late. But this isn't the only channel where you can check out One Punch Man content on a consistent basis. Everybody else here releases content besides Sundown, because he chooses not to, but he still has a channel as well. Follow those channels, subscribe to those channels, like those videos, and you can have One Punch Man 24/7. See y'all boys next time. Yo ho ho!